Hey there, this is Mike, and I want to welcome you again to talk today about two important things that are current in social media, two trends that I'm seeing, and one is a way that can help you on Instagram, and the other is another method of marketing I think that can integrate with some things that we are doing. Okay, so first thing is with Instagram. Obviously, we're seeing Instagram grow as a marketing tool. A lot of people are spending significant time on there. The demographics are growing and expanding. It's not just for teens and 20-somethings. There's a massive segment in the 30-year-old, the 40-year-old, and it's even creeping higher than that. So Instagram is going to be here. It's going to be around. I think that a couple things about it. So number one, people make the mistake of saying that it's all about just posting photos in the newsfeed, and what we're seeing is that stories, the upper part there with the circles you can leave, this kind of the disappearing content, the things that have disappeared after 24 hours, although you can highlight them in your profile. That's another story for another day. We are seeing that people are really soaking in stories, and from some of my experiences with stories, I'm seeing that with an account that has, what does it have? Say 500 followers, and I'm getting a couple hundred people viewing a story, and so that's good traction in terms of people viewing those stories. But one of the things you want to do with Instagram is continue to grow your follower base, and unlike with Facebook ads, you can't just run a like my page ad on Instagram, so with Facebook pages you can do that, so you kind of target an audience and grow the page numbers, but with Instagram you can't do that, and yet you want to grow your followers on Instagram. So a method that I've experimented with and I'm seeing some good traction with is by following the appropriate hashtags and then using that as a discovery tool to find the right type of people, commenting on their profile, and then through that goodwill and notifications of you liking some of their content, perhaps even following them, then there's a percentage of those that reciprocate and like your Instagram account. So let me break down how this works. So number one, hashtags are important on Instagram, and you probably know, maybe the 7-8 hashtags that you feel like are important for your business or your organization. Now, the one thing about your hashtags is they should not be too narrow in terms of your product or your service or your company name. That's just too narrow. Nor should they be too broad. Like just do it, the Nike one or something like that. Because those are just massive and they're just watered down by everybody's posting there. So that has to be somewhere in the sweet spot. All right. For example, working with Lancaster Marketplace, we are not just doing the hashtag, Lancaster Marketplace. So we're maybe using hashtags including Lancaster, PA, and Lancaster County, and Lancaster Market. So those are relevant ones that are tied to the area, the region where it's at, that people may be posting to, but they have validity in there. So knowing that those are the important ones, here's what I can do. I can go over and Instagram in the news feed now allows you to search for a hashtag. And so let's just take that, the Lancaster County one. All right, so if I search the hashtag Lancaster County, it's going to pull up. I'll be able to see results on Lancaster County. What Instagram allows you to do at the top of that search is to follow that hashtag. All right, so if you follow that hashtag, then in your newsfeed, you will see at different times posts that people have made to that hashtag. All right, so the people you're not following, you're following that hashtag. They created a post with Lancaster, County, in their post, and because you're following that hashtag, it showed up in your newsfeed. All right. So periodically, what I like to do is go to that hashtag, so you can easily find that hashtag. You can see recent posts, you can see top posts by that hashtag. Scroll through that, and if you see some things that are interest. You're going to see videos or you're going to see photos, so if it's a statement, it's a comment, it's a business, it's something relevant, that this would be a good follower for your business. If that's the potential, you click on them, you go to their profile, you can check them out. Is this someone that is kind of like my ideal target audience, okay? My ideal customer base. If so, look at their content and do on at least 2 of their pieces of content that you like it, and maybe give them a comment or an emoji, just something simple and quick. This can take less than 30 seconds to do that, and perhaps you're going to follow them, perhaps you're not going to follow them, but by at least commenting and liking 2 of their pieces of content, we get these trigger notifications in Instagram. A lot of us have those turned on so that we're getting a push notification on our device, or at a minimum, when they go into Instagram, Instagram inside the app alerts them that you have, that someone has commented on it and tells them what it is. So it brings you top of mind from them. So they're going to be more inclined, because you have commented on 2 of their posts, to take a look at you, go over to your profile. Who is this? Who's commenting? Oh, maybe I should like them, or maybe that's it. It's a quick and easy thing to do. And so, I recommend you take 10 minutes a day, and you do that. Follow some relevant hashtags. You're going to go search those and maybe comment on 10 people that you think. Okay, and that's 10 minutes. So you take 1 minute kind of thing. And out of that, you're probably going to get at least 2 to 3, up to 5 followers a day out of that 10. Okay, so that's not a bad ratio, but it's a good way to find for free relevant people to engage with that can potentially follow and grow your follower count on Instagram by using good hashtags, searching for those, following those, so it's in your newsfeed. All right, so that was tip number 1 for the day, is to kind of follow that process, to show some engagement, and to grow your Instagram account in a free way. Okay, second thing is text message marketing, SMS message marketing. Okay, so there are, number 1, why would you want to use it? I think that people are using text messages many times as much, or maybe even more so, than email, and definitely more so than social media. Okay, so if they want to, people look at their text messages, right? And text messages typically have alerts. It comes in on your phone. You got a message. You take a look at that. So it's top of mind. Your emails may not necessarily, go in alerts on your phone, but text messages are. And because of these factors, because people don't always get social media notifications, and because they're saturated with email, and because they look at their text messages, text message marketing may be something to consider for your business. I did a review of a service called Pony Express on my MikeGingerich.com blog, and this is a great text message, SMS tool to send bulk text messages for your business, to an audience that has signed up to subscribe. And they have multiple ways that you can subscribe. You can send out a code, text, XYZ to this number, and you will subscribe. Okay, so they can do that. You can do that kind of thing. You can have it on the website that way. You can have an announcement there. You can have a fill-in field where they put in their phone number to subscribe. So think of it in it's another method that you could use rather than email marketing. All right, and you could typically use it in the same way. You want to give some type of weekly news thing, weekly special offer, or a weekly update, that type of piece. You can have people sign up for this. So it's the same type of thing. Have them sign up, give them something, a free resource in return for signing up, and then tell them what you're going to do. Maybe it's going to be weekly. You don't want to saturate them, but you can get them to sign up, and then you can schedule out let's just say that I'm going to give them a 20% discount code that is good for 3 days, and I want it to go out on Thursday at 8 o'clock. I can do that and go to the entire list. And the beautiful thing about like Pony Express is that you can send them not just a text, but you can send it with a link so they can go to a specific page on the web. And you can do it. You can send like a photo so that they get this. It's a multimedia message. That's a beautiful thing. And because it's text, it's, they're going to be alerted. They got a text message. The other beautiful thing about Pony Express is the user can actually reply. Hey, sounds great. What is your address? And you will get alerts to that, and you can respond to that. It's going to go just to that user, that type of thing. So you can follow up. So it's taking what we know about messaging and offering that so that you can do it on a mass scale, but then respond one-to-one. So I'm liking this as a tool, seeing some potentials for it for various industries. Now, think about the demographics that are really into text messaging. Okay, so the teenagers, 20-somethings, they are massive in that. They're using text messages more than email. You want to communicate with them. You don't want to email them. You want to message them. So if your target audience is in that realm, this is key. But there are other things that can be. I think this can work. Obviously, in this Lancaster marketplace realm, we can do some of those things. If you have a small stand that's direct to consumer, I think this is the potential where you're trying to get them into the store. You want to get them discounts come into the store. You want to get them to. But I think I just signed up for a free offer online, and the person offering this is using text message marketing as well. So when I signed up, I got a text message, and that gave me the link to go and download the PDF materials. And then I got an email today with a follow-up with another link in it. So it's a nurture campaign. They're giving me information. They're helping give me resources, building trust with me, that type of piece in there. That's what you can do with text message marketing. And one of the ones that I want to recommend is called Pony Express. You can go to my site there, and you would search on the blog for Pony Express. You come up with that article right away. But you want to think about the potential for text message marketing for your business. Again, it's one to many. You can group that out, and then people can reply. It's even set up foolproof, so if they call the number that is associated with that, that can forward to your own phone number, whatever phone number you set. So that's a beautiful thing. So I think we're going to see the growth in the use of this, and I think it has potential, and I think you may want to be aware of it and consider it for your business. So those are the two things today I want to talk about. That was Instagram and text message marketing. Always lots of things changing, always lots of different techniques and stuff. These are some that I'm experimenting with, seeing some value in, so I wanted to offer that to you today. Again, so if you have questions or comments, post them, and I'll try to make sure I get to those. But until next time, this is Mike. Take care. What are you going to do with the information you learned today?